Hello, Jessica. Thank you so much for submitting your Lapland, Finland as the location for your 2022 Olympics. I realize you say that you have a little bit more work to do, so let's go ahead and take a look at what you have. Got your program up right here. And I've got this highlighted just because I want to ask a real quick question, rhetorical, but it isn't an obvious choice for the Olympic location, what I think adds to the value of the location. I think that really needs to be described. That is a very critical sentence in this entire plan. And I really think that needs to be described because you could find, well, here, let's look over here. You've got a couple of things. Interference and potential opportunities. That's that whole section right there is probably your thought process behind that. So I wanted to mention that first. The other thing I wanted to mention is that you've got this. This is great. I would suggest showing a map, showing the location of where Finland is. And Finland's one of those countries where everyone knows what it is, but not many can really point to it on a map. So, show us neighboring countries, et cetera, et cetera. This right here, in the this preliminary report, I would not include anything as far as religious practices by the indigenous or local Finnish people, Finnish nationals. I wouldn't do that just yet, maybe later on in the presentation or maybe not, but let's leave that out right now. I think that basically your report is reading like a report. So it's reading like a report on Finland and not an exploratory presentation of why Finland should be considered for the Olympics. You start to get into some things, but you just don't really peel the layers back like they need to be done. Okay, so you say why Finland, you give these wonderful reasons why. Okay, but let's expound on each one of these reasons. Okay, like the lingual aspect of Finland is enormous. So think about that, okay? Each of these things are potentially an aid or a tool for you to use in designing the presentation. So really try to talk about how each of these can be used in your graphics for the event. Lapland is the largest, so this would be perfect right now to give us a map right there in this section right here. And this is great. This is really good right here because this is all stuff that you can use in your presentation. Culture, definitely. Sami, and there are many cultures, of course, in this. Finland has a pretty rich cultural history. A lot of indigenous native people, so to speak, a lot of indigenous peoples and cultures still relevant in the Finnish culture, cultures. So we want to kind of take a look at those ancient cultures and maybe take a look at how those ancient cultures are represented visually and textually and in their art and music and discover the potential of using that. Good job with your stakeholder groups. Let's take the top 5 here and tell us why and how they're associated with the project. Products of Finland, I just don't see this being relevant to this particular assignment. I think this is fine for your, like I said, as a general report on Finland, but I don't think that national products and exportation really should have much to do with the selection of this particular location for the event. And this is all good stuff too. So you've got a lot of good things in here. Oh, last thing I want to mention, we got to get your citations in here. You have all this writing and all these facts, but no, you haven't backed it up with any citations. You've got your citations here. Okay, but I don't want to go that. But you don't have your research citations. So let's get those. So basically, what I'm saying is, let's go over here to this guy right here, and let's look at this and see how we can use this to your advantage for the final of this presentation. And you've got these information, research, and data gathering topics as well as your write a report topics. So I think those are both really areas of potential for you to base the format of your paper. Use this as your outline. You might as well just go straight into stakeholder groups, client goals. Go information, research, data gathering first, then go to your report where you research past Olympics, study the culture, and really go into each one of these, okay? And I think that this is a wonderful outline provided for you guys in order for you to be able to come up with 3 or 4 or 5 pages, whatever, to sell this location, Okay. Good job. I mean, if you have any questions at all, or if anything I'm saying doesn't make sense, please feel free to contact me and I'll be glad to clarify that. But thanks for the presentation and good job. Thanks.